Okay, so let's hide this and let's export this image so that we can open it up in Photoshop. Okay, we might need to build this. Okay, by the way, the next version will be version 0.02a, A for alpha. Okay, OBS is running good. Okay, so what we are doing here is to go into full screen so that we can make sure that the resolutions are correct for the information for the characters. Okay, let's take a screenshot and another screenshot. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to let's go back to Illustrator and let's make sure that the screenshots reflect what we need. Okay, so you might have noticed that the characters are much larger now. Okay, but even though the characters are much larger, we don't really need to change the size of the characters or the fonts over here. Okay, because this is rather appropriate, the size. Alright, so let's export this image. And let's save it on the desktop. And let's call it test. Let's go back to Photoshop. Okay, let's close the stage canvas, which is always used to create the various sprites and stuff. Okay, now what we'll do is we will open up the image we have just exported. Okay, and using this image we will create the sprite for this. Okay, so that means we will need to create two windows for this file as well. Let's move this over here and this over here. Alright, this will do. Okay, so what we are doing now is we are going to get this color, which is this. Copy the hex code and paste it over here. Okay, and we'll create a circle around here which will be reflected on the zoom out version over here. So let's see. Okay, this is the end over here. Okay, do okay, it looks like this is rather big. Okay, as you can see on the right. Okay, so if you don't believe me, this is what will happen. So we have to decrease the size to maybe something like this. Or even something like this. Alright, so we want something that isn't too big but has enough space for you to recognize the S in the middle. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a circle. So let's change this. It could be something like this. Okay, but we have to give it more breathing space on the left and right. So let's remove this. Okay, and let's do it over here instead. Okay, so it could be something like this, or we could give the centers a protruding left or right. Okay, now it looks better. Right, so now this looks somewhat like a circle with ample space for the S. Okay, we might not even need to fill up the center, as currently this looks rather good. Okay. So what we'll do over here, okay, is that we will export this image around this circle. By itself, and we will export this image over here without the background S. Okay, what if we change the color of this to this? Okay, would it look better with the S or not? Okay, we will know until we try it out. So let's open up test 2. Oh, okay. So now it looks more interesting, I'll say. Right, so this is if the S is the same color as the surrounding circle, but this is without. Okay, I will prefer this, as if the S is also orange, the focus will be on the S itself, which upsets the visual weight of the other characters. Okay, so let's use this instead. Okay, so for this S, okay, we'll create a new image, maybe 32 times 32, which I hope is large enough. And that is my handphone. Okay, so we'll drag and drop this over here. Alright, so 32 times 32 is not big enough. So let's go with 36 times 36. Or let's go with 40 times 40. Alright. So let's save this. Layout, character selection. Okay, OBS is still running, which is good. Okay, you might notice that I sometimes check OBS, which is the software that is used to do the current live streaming. So that's just to make sure that the live stream is still running smoothly. Okay, so let's open up Apple Script. Okay, which is used to automate the process of exporting huge volumes of images, okay, at once. So you can let it run while you take a break or do something else. Okay, so that's much faster than even pressing the hotkeys. Okay, now let's export the images for the description over here. Okay, so we'll need, let's see, okay, maybe 200 times 200. Okay, so 200 times 200 is not wide enough, so let's go with 240 times 180. Okay, it's still not wide enough, so let's go with 280 times 180. Right? Okay, so this is the description for bit. So layout, character selection, okay, word underscore, character info underscore bit. Okay, next we'll do the same for row. So let's see. Okay, let's see if row can fit. Nope, we need maybe 360. Okay, 360 is too much. Okay, let's try 320, which is just nice. Okay, let's save this in case we need it in the future. So let's save it as char select canvas. Okay, now the next thing to do is to export the two images using AppleScript. Okay, and that's done. So here we have the images. Okay, and the S will be placed on top of where, or the circle, this circle will be placed on top of where the S is over here. Okay, so let's copy the three images and paste them over here. Okay, characters, players, or rather let's place them over here where we create a new folder for character selection. Okay, so let's go back to Unity. Okay, here we have our three images. Alright, so Now that we have our images, the next thing that we have to do is to add them to the game. Okay, and once we have done that, we can move on to letting you choose which character you want to start the game with. Okay, but for today's live stream session, that should be it. Okay, so remember to join the next live stream session 2 days from now on the same time slot. Okay, or you can follow the White Sponge Twitch TV channel to receive an email when the live stream is on. Okay, last but not least, remember that you can get the alpha version now when it's on sale. Okay, around 65% discount. Okay, doing so will entitle you to all future updates for free and a Steam key. Okay, and that brings to the point that next point, which is Stars is also on Steam Greenlight, so remember to help upvote for it so you can get the Steam key when it gets greenlit. Okay, so have a great day ahead, and I look forward to seeing all of you 2 days later. Cheers.